Today we are going to be looking at a scenario where Cyprus forms an empire. Also, welcome to my first mapping video. And I took so long to make this because I was nervous that it was going to be bad. But anyways, let's get that out of the way. And let's do some mapping, I guess. So, Cyprus forming an empire is unrealistic. This whole video is going to be really unrealistic because I just want to have fun and I want to entertain you guys. So, yeah. The first thing they do is invade Lebanon from that really close coast. From that really close coast that they have. And if they decided to invade Israel, that wouldn't be really good because they, well, are pretty strong. So what they do is they begin their... I had to do this for a second time because I forgot to turn on my microphone. So, here we go. They make a landing from the north. They make a landing from the south. And already they're kind of just... But they also make a counterattack on the front line, forcing the Cypriots to retreat. They even make a push on the mainland island. But soon the counterattack is being counterattacked here, and it's basically back at the same place. They send very small amounts of armies to disconnect, and they just kind of capitulate, and they're integrated into the new Cyprian Empire. They also annex one of these islands, taking advantage of Syria's civil war. They begin to invade them. So a lot of people from Cyprus and Lebanon and other countries begin to organize rebellion groups, and they kind of just roll through Syria. They also get pushed back, but taking advantage of the civil war in Syria, they kind of just take their coastline, and then after like civil war, they just die. And there is a full integration into the Cyprian Empire here. Sorry if I'm really talking really slow. The next thing they do after invading Syria is invade Jordan. And the invasion of Jordan is pretty swift because Jordan didn't expect this. They thought they would try and invade maybe Turkey to get this or this. But they also had mobilized a little bit because they thought that they might. So a counterattack is made on the front line. And they get then the Cyprian army kind of gets rolled over. Sorry if I'm saying Cyprian wrong. Maybe it's Cyprus-ese. That just doesn't sound right. And they make a pretty huge push into Syria. But a liberation army cuts off a major army over here from their supply line. And they kind of just roll over that area. And after that, the counterattack is once again being counterattacked. And all troops withdraw to hold a defensive along the line. But it is weak around their borders, so they end up getting rolled over. They didn't really mobilize their borders, and after being surrounded, they just surrender. And another full integration into the Cyprian Empire. They're kind of going full imperial mode, and we can see this on the map. It's not like it's a very small empire. This is a pretty big empire. And then they abide by colonial policy. They say, hey, we got the Suez, so they move through the Suez right there. They go through the Persian Gulf, and they touch Qatar. And Qatar, after seeing a lot of the Cyprian Royal Navy now. They call that. So, yeah. And this is their navy diagram, kind of. So, their navy is basically just surrounding them. And they kind of just die and see another full integration. You know what? No, let's not do another full integration. Let's, make them a puppet state. Hold on, let's make them a puppet state. There we go. They are now a puppet state, a satellite state, a colony, whatever you want to call it. And it is called Cyprian Qatar. And they live happy ever after. I'm just kidding. No, that's not. No. So, they're still abiding by a colonial policy. But they think they're strong enough to take on Palestine. But they worry that Israel will get involved. So they kind of just declare war on both. They kind of just, I'm just kidding, they didn't declare war on both. They declared war on Palestine, which in turn, they knew that would probably trigger Israel. They just get rolled over immediately. And we see, jeez, why do I suck? Come on! Why isn't my stuff? Oh, I see, because my history. Okay. So, we see this. Let me just turn this down to 1. And they decide that this would be the border. And they aren't allies because Cyprus was kind of upset that they didn't get all of Palestine. Because they really didn't want them to intervene, but they did anyway. So, that's Israel now. Israel's always wanted this to happen. They've always wanted Palestine. But they didn't get all of Palestine because obviously this. But they did get half of Palestine. And the Cyprian Empire is pretty big. I don't even know if it's called the Cyprian Empire. I'm just calling it that because. And a lot of. And for some. And Kuwait begins to mobilize their navy because they see something. They see Cyprian Qatar ships. So they declare war on they declare war. Yeah, they just declare war on the Cyprian Empire. Which goes very bad because they shouldn't have done that. They should have just let it happen. Should have just let them annex them. But no. And of course, we see Iraq joining in because of the whole war in the Persian Gulf thingy. And they just get kind of rolled over. They do make a counterattack on Iraq's side because Iraq isn't as strong as Cyprian Empire in this scenario because I buffed them. But that really didn't last for long just because more Iraq military just rolled over it. And, that's that. So, Iraq has done that. And we see the Cyprian Empire just... They, send this, gotta erase the whole thing again. They just, they, again, make it into a puppet state. Let's put this real north. Yeah, they just make it Kuwait into a puppet state, And that's all I'm going to be doing for now because I'm running out of time. I don't know why I decided to record this at 9:29 p.m. Well, where I live, it's 9:29 p.m. So, yeah, I'm pretty much done. That's all I'm going to do. So, bye!